Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I want to take a look at the end of 2020 from an MMORPG player perspective, and also more importantly 2021, because I believe that next year is going to be the best year in the history of MMORPGs. I want to take a look at some of the new MMORPGs that I've been playing in 2020, some of them that I will still be playing because we have 2 more months left, and also especially 2021 when all of these games are going to be here in the West or very close to their Western release. First of all, a huge thank you to those of you who are supporting me here on YouTube with the paid membership. I really appreciate you guys, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're supporting my work and my passion here with my YouTube channel, so I really appreciate it. I want to talk about Lost Ark first because it's the game I've been playing the most in the past 2 years. And it's an absolutely lovely MMORPG. I have a lot of videos about Lost Ark on my channel if you want to discover the game a little bit. It's planned to come out for us in the West next year in 2021. I do believe that the Western release is going to be the same as all of the other releases of Lost Ark for Korea, Japan, Russia towards the end of 2021. I've basically been no-lifing Lost Ark since it came out in Korea and in all of the other regions that it came out in the meantime. And I can tell you that it's 100% worth investing your time in, trying it at least. Right now in Russia there's a lot of players, English speaking players, that play Lost Ark in Russia because it's quite accessible. You don't need to buy an account. I have my guide in the description below on how to play Lost Ark in Russia. Lost Ark is also available in Japan. There's English speaking players playing there. Lost Ark is available in Korea. That's the most advanced version. A great MMORPG, and if you want to discover it, I highly advise, because you have time, right? The end of the year is coming, Christmas is coming, spend time with your family, play a little bit of Lost Ark, etc. Another MMORPG that I want to talk about, and something that I will cover on my YouTube channel, is Eleon. Eleon is more of a classical kind of MMORPG when I'm comparing it to Lost Ark, because it has the healer, tank, DPS, holy trinity, and you can look up to the sky with your character, so the camera view is not like Diablo-esque. A very exciting game that's been redone from its previous version, which was called Air, Ascent Infinite Realm. They've worked a lot on redoing many things inside the game, such as the combat and the way gearing up works and the things that you can add to your skills, to your gear, etc. They've done a lovely job as far as I can see from the videos, and I'm very excited to start playing Eleon in Korea, because the official release date for Eleon there is December, the 10th of December this year, and I'm gonna cover it on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna teach you how to try Eleon in Korea. I think that unlike Lost Ark, Eleon is not gonna take a very long time before it comes out for us in the West. So I do believe that next year we might also get Eleon towards the end of the year, but I'm saying this because they already have a lot of the things that Lost Ark didn't in terms of publishing rights, and the company that's gonna be publishing it, they also deal with Black Desert, so they have here in the West their own foot, so it's very easy for them to take Eleon and publish it here in the West. They just need to translate it. So I do believe that after December's Korean release for Eleon, we're gonna also get the game in the West next year. Probably at a 1-year difference, right? So somewhere October, November, December 2021. And that really excites me because Eleon is something that really many people are going to fall in love with. Something that feels a little bit like BDO, feels a little bit like Terra, feels a lot like Bless Online. The good parts out of all of these games, and also it has very many things that come from Aeon, the way Aeon used to be in the past. They've taken many ideas like sieging and open world PvP and the way gear works and the little bit of the grind there. So super cool. They've combined all of these things into Eleon, and I'm really excited to try it this year and to share this experience with you guys on my YouTube channel. Next in line is something that's very close to my heart, and it's called Aeon. Aeon is releasing a classic version for the game in Korea first, and then later on it's gonna come to the West as well. I'm 99% sure it's gonna come to the West next year again in 2021. That's why it's such a lovely year, because we're gonna have all of these cool things released in the West next year. So Aeon Classic, something very close to my heart. I've played Aeon for very many years, from the beginning up until a certain point, and this month in November it's releasing the classic version in Korea. I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna teach you how to play it, of course, and I'm gonna share my thoughts about Aeon Classic and how I feel it was from a player's perspective that has played already this game when it was fresh and ripe, right? Now they want to release Aeon Classic with the first ever patch that they've released it with in Korea, 1.2, and then slowly they want to go through the patches up until the point where Aeon became free to play, which was in 2.7 3.0 patch. They want to stop there because after it became free to play, the game itself changed. It had to change so it would fit the free to play model and the cash shop, etc. So they want to go until 2.7 and they want to help us rehash our memories about the good old Aeon. So the same exact thing is probably going to come in the West as well, Europe and Americas, and I'm very excited for the players that have been longing a fresh start in Aeon, but a proper fresh start, not one of those hey, we made a couple more servers fresh start. I'm very excited for myself also because I will have the chance to somehow, it's always cool, I don't know if you guys feel the same as I do, but it's always cool to have like to go back in time to a place where you actually loved the game, but at that time you kind of hated it also, but then later you realized, man, that was such a great time, and you have all sorts of regrets and stuff. So for me it's really cool to just go back in time. I would also like to mention Archage 2. I know that this is a little bit controversial because, you know, Archage, oh my god, we hate Gamigo, we hate the game, it's pay to win, it's not good, etc. But Archage 2 is coming, and me personally, I'm excited for this. Right now, I'm not mega excited for Archage 2 because I don't exactly know what to expect because it's in very early stage of development. They did say, however, that in 2021 they're gonna have their first, you know, betas and open betas for people to get to try Archage 2. Now, I don't know exactly if in 2021 there's gonna be Archage 2 officials release in Korea. However, this is another game that's gonna come first in Korea and then later on for us in the West. Again, same as with Eleon, where they already have one foot here in the West, the publishers and the devs, etc. It's gonna be very easy for them to just translate the game and bring Archage 2 in the West. It's not gonna be another Lost Ark adventure where we're gonna get the game after 3-4 years after the Korean release. So I'm very excited for Archage 2. I'm very curious to see what Archage 2 is going to do different and better than the original Archage. I think if any MMORPG has, or at least had in the past, the power to be massive, it was Archage. It failed at that time. However, with Archage 2, I expect that very many people who were in love with Archage, who were in love with everything that it had to offer at the beginning, or at least their ideas, excluding all of the negative things, I think those people are going to be very keen on Archage 2, and I myself played Archage from the alpha, and I'm very keen on seeing what Archage 2 is going to bring to the MMORPG genre, or Archage in general, in terms of new things or different things than they've done in the past. I would like to mention two other MMORPGs that I'm excited for in 2021. Two MMORPGs that will have some solid, you know, touchable, playable content in 2021. That is Ashes of Creation and Core Punk. Now, I'm just gonna get Core Punk out of the way really fast because I think it looks very much like Wildstar, and Wildstar is one MMORPG that I really loved. Probably the MMORPG that I had the most fun in ever in my entire life. So because of that, I think that Core Punk has the potential to capture that little audience that Wildstar had as well. I don't think it's gonna be a big thing, but I do think that in 2021 we will get some things about Core Punk that we might actually be able to play. They have been in development for a lot of time already, and 2021 is a magical year, and I do believe that Core Punk has an audience for the way it looks and for the things that it wants to do. Ashes of Creation is something huge, or at least this is how people make it up to be. I don't really talk about Ashes of Creation on my YouTube channel because I really don't think there's a point right now. I really love those people who are creating the game, and you know, like mentally and in my heart I support them. I really want them to succeed. This obviously remains to be seen, as it is a project of a studio that's recently formed and doesn't really have much experience. They have a lot of community people backing them up, and I think they do have right now, even before the game is launched or betas or such, they have a lovely community behind them. So I support them and I think they're gonna do good. However, in 2021 we're gonna finally get to see, more people are going to finally get to see and touch Ashes of Creation, because I believe they're gonna have several betas in 2021. Alphas, I believe, at the beginning of the year, and then later on I think that they're gonna offer people betas, people that backed them up, or maybe, if we're lucky, all people that could apply on the website might get a chance to participate towards the end of the year in one of their bigger, let's say, beta events. I think the ideas behind Ashes of Creation are very big. I think they have very big goals that I hope they're gonna succeed in accomplishing them, because they have put a lot of effort into the game and they're taking things like so slowly that at the end of the day, when you open that lid to that oven, you expect that bread to be absolutely delicious inside. So I really hope that they're gonna do this, and I'm gonna keep my eye, not necessarily my YouTube videos, but my eye on Ashes of Creation. I think it's a very hyped title, something that's been developed in the West with a very lovely team behind it and a very lovely community that supports them. And I almost forgot to add to this lovely list of games, to top it all off, with one that I've started to become interested in while playing Lost Ark, and that is Diablo IV. Now, it's not exactly an MMORPG, however it is something that caught my attention, these Path of Exile / Diablo games, and Diablo IV is something very hype, something close-ish to what I have experience in Lost Ark in terms of visual aspect and the camera view and the things kinda that you need to do, etc. Not the same, but just close, and I have become interested in that kind of games as well. Diablo IV, a very hyped game from a very renowned company, and yeah, you can have the guarantee with Diablo IV, judging by the company and judging by what they have shown to us in BlizzCon 2019, etc., the demos of the game, that is going to be very quality, very polished, and no need to worry at all about any real money pay to win drama that's happening in other titles, for example. And I have to say, I feel like a kid in an amusement park thinking about 2021. I think you're gonna feel like a kid in an amusement park, having so many nice titles, out of which some we're gonna get to try ourselves for real in the West, because they're gonna be released here. Some others gonna be released in Asia, we're gonna get to try them there. And then some others like Path of Exile and Core Punk and Diablo IV, we're gonna actually have betas, closed ones, who knows, hoping for some open things that more people can participate in. So we're gonna get our hands on most of these things, or at least our eyes. 2021, this is gonna be a fabulous year. And if you think about it, in the past 10 years we've had Guild Wars, Final Fantasy 14, BDO, Blade and Soul, Terra, Aeon. I've named you maybe 6, 7 with other smaller ones. Just next year I've talked about 7 that are going to become in one way or another available. It's gonna be magnificent. I thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please click that bell thing so you can actually get notified when I am going to have videos about all of these lovely MMORPGs, so you can also feast your eyes as I'm feasting mine on really cool stuff that's coming our way. I'll see you guys soon. Until then, take care, stay safe.